Hi, my name is Jolene Vialpando-Nielson. I am a candidate for Ward 2 City Council. Well, about 5 years ago, my husband and I were purchasing our home in Commerce City. And as we were purchasing our home, I asked the person who we were buying our home from was, you know, what's going on out here? What's the development like? Are there new restaurants coming in? Are there new retail? What are the schools like out here? And one of her responses to us was, great news, we have a super Target coming into the area, and we have retail and restaurants. And I'm like, awesome. So then, a year and a half later, I found out all this development is happening in Brighton. What's going on in Commerce City? So I felt like, you know, once again, I had to drive miles away to get, you know, groceries or any retail. So I felt like, and now you're probably looking at me and asking me, well, Jolene, we have a King Soopers being built on 104th and Chambers. And I am ecstatic about that, probably the most ecstatic. However, I feel that it's come many years later and many broken promises later. One thing that I want to make sure that, especially in my ward, that broken promises are not happening and that we are listening, that we are being told what we need to hear and not what they want us to hear. I want to make sure that our community comes together, old, new, that we work as one Commerce City. And I also have one thought, and I live under this thought, is that if you see change, you need change, and you see something that needs to be changed, then you have to put yourself in a position to make that change happen. The three biggest opportunities for Commerce City are, the first one is encouraging our residents to kind of come out of their homes, to kind of come into the city, to be part of the city, to get them to work with City Council to make our city the best that it can be. The other opportunity I think that Commerce City has is the expansion, especially in my ward, Ward 2. We have a plethora of area to expand, to bring in retail, to bring in jobs, to bring in other sorts of revenue, to help our city out. The third opportunity, I believe, is that Commerce City needs to market itself as a good place to live, to play, and to work. Right now, I feel like Commerce City does not market itself, and that I feel we need to get that out, especially position ourselves to other cities so that other people can make Commerce City their homes. The three biggest challenges that I feel Commerce City faces is, the first one is the reputation of Commerce City, the name itself. I embrace the name. I hope you embrace the name. But I don't believe that people outside of the metro area embrace Commerce City. I have heard Commerce City be referred to as the armpit of the metro area. I don't like that by any means. I think we need to change that perception and get people to embrace our city and come into our city. And if not just to live here, to at least visit and know who we are. The second challenge that Commerce City has, I believe, is bridging the old Commerce City with the new Commerce City. I live in the northern part of Commerce City, and I feel as if 96 is, you know, kind of the division, 96th and Highway 2, between North Commerce City and South Commerce City. And I'd like to see us bridge that gap and bring it together so that we can be one Commerce City. The last challenge that I feel Commerce City has, again, is we're known as an industrial city. Well, yes, I want to embrace Commerce City as an industrial city, but why not bring in the high-paying jobs? Why not bring in the longer-term jobs? I think that is certainly a challenge that we have, is getting those jobs in here. But I think once we can make them long-term jobs and better for our city. Quality for a community for a lifetime means to me living in an area where I know my neighbors, where my kids know my neighbors, where my kids can grow up with my neighborhood. It's a place where I can go and have recreational time. It's a place where there's parks at my fingertips. It's a place where I can go shopping. I can have restaurants, go out to eat, and still feel safe in my neighborhood. My favorite aspect of the city is definitely the people. The people are what make Commerce City. I had the pleasure of being the PTO president for Turnberry Elementary for 2 years. And I'll tell you what, those people and the parents and the grandparents and everyone else around that community embraced that school. And I got to know them, and they would support the school. And them supporting the school actually supported their community. It was amazing how these people would reach out to the school. And also, I found that these people were coming from north, south, east, and west. So anywhere in Commerce City that I have been and that I go to, I enjoyed the people.